Hi friends, welcome back to Texas Family Life. My name is Kristy. I am a mom of 5 children and I'm currently pregnant with twins. I thought today it would be a really fun video to talk about what symptoms I've had with these twins. So it's really funny to me is most of the moms and like all my friends that I tell that I'm pregnant with twins, one of the first things they ask me was like, what were your symptoms? And of course, you know, symptoms vary from pregnancy to pregnancy, from woman to woman, like no two women are the same. But I did have a few pregnancy symptoms that were very different. I've been pregnant 5 times, so this is pregnancy number 6 with the 2. And so I did have some very, very strange pregnancy symptoms that, like, for me, they were not normal for me. So I'm going to share with you my pregnancy symptoms with twins. My first one that was like the weirdest thing was I was freezing. At about 7 weeks, like I already knew I was pregnant, but not with twins. So about 7 weeks, I started getting very cold to the point of like shivering, and I was putting on socks. I am not a sock wearer. I do not like socks or like anything like that. So, you know, I'm not gross. I don't wear like tennis shoes and boots without socks, but I usually wear open-toed shoes so I don't have to wear socks. And also we're in Texas, so you know, the weather usually is just fine for sandals. So I was so cold, and I remember being like in the kitchen, like touching my nose and my ears and being like, I'm so cold. And I was telling my husband how cold I was, and he didn't know I was pregnant yet because I was gonna surprise him. And so like, I didn't understand why I was so cold. Now there's no science behind this, but for my thought processes, I'm growing 2 babies. My body's putting so much more energy into like growing these 2 and like probably taking away from keeping me warm, trying to grow them. So it was like 5 days of just like uncontrollable coldness. I was bundled up, I was cold. Like I wasn't sick any other way. I was just freezing. And so that was like a weird thing for me because I've never had that. Usually my body temperature runs very high. I'm always hot. So that's my first symptom. My second symptom, which was very scary, and I felt like it wasn't normal until I started looking it up, but was bleeding. A little after 7 weeks, I woke up in the morning and went to the bathroom, and there was bright red blood. So much it was like dripping into the toilet. I didn't need anything to like keep myself from bleeding more. It was just like that bit, but it was enough. And that was scary. And I remember telling my husband, like, don't get your hopes up, like we might be losing this baby. I don't know. That's the kind of bleeding it was. And I've never miscarried, thank you God. I'm so sorry to all you moms that have, because I can't imagine the pain. But it was just like bright red bleeding. And I've heard that as long as there's no cramping associated with it and no like clots, then it's not something huge to worry about, but it's still hard. So I started looking up like bleeding in the first trimester, like 7-8 weeks. And a lot of it was like, with twins, your uterus is expanding quicker. And I was like, no way it's twins. And it just kept like going through my head a little bit, is like with twins. And so after that initial bleed, I had spotting for 2 weeks. So it was just browns, which that means it's old blood. But it still means that like there was a lot for my body to let go of. I don't know what the deal was. So that was a little bit frightening, but I've never bled. I had just a tiny bit of spotting with my son, but never like that much blood where it was like, that's not normal. Of course, I didn't have a care provider yet, so I didn't really have anybody to contact and ask, so I just kind of let it be. And I know at 7 weeks, if you are miscarrying, there's really not much they can do. But when I did finally go to my midwife, she did check my progesterone, which was low, which can eventually cause you to miscarry if your progesterone's too low. So that, you know, could have led to the bleeding is, you know, low progesterone, I don't know. So I'm on that. I haven't really had any issues since then. But that was my second symptom, is the bleeding. At around the same time that I was freezing, I started breaking out, which, I mean, you can see like on my face, I have some breakouts. And I've never been one to have like tons of acne, but it was like, it started here and it like spread and it like went up my neck, and it was just like a bunch of spots, and they were very painful. And I know like acne is a sign of pregnancy, and that was just one I've never had. It was like tons of acne. So there were these like weird things going on with my body. I'm freezing, you know, I'm spotting, I have this acne, and I'm like, my body is having a hard time. And I remember when my husband did finally find out I was pregnant, I was telling him all these things, and he's like, well, you are older than you used to be. I think I had my first baby when I was 24, so, you know. So that was my third symptom, was the weird acne that I've never had with any other pregnancy. And it was just like I said, like super painful spots. And it was just like deep. So I know like all these things are really gross. I'm sorry. And if you're watching this video, then you might be thinking that you have twins. So keep a heads up, like keep your eyes out because that could be one. Another symptom I had. With this one, you're gonna be like, pshaw, but nausea. I've always had like a little bit of nausea with my kids and like a little bit of a food aversion. With one, like I couldn't eat oatmeal. With other ones, like I don't like the smell of meat, but it was never like extreme. It was just like, oh, yuck. But this one was like about 8 p.m. hit and I was feeling like I was gonna throw up. It takes a lot for me to throw up, so I never did, but it was like extreme nausea, so much more so than any other pregnancy. I've never felt that sick before. And it was like I said, every night at the same time. Is like I started feeling sick and it was really hard because I felt tired and sick and I didn't want to do anything. And so that was just really awful, feeling so sick. I'm still in my first trimester, it's still early, but so far these have been my symptoms. And the nausea was like a big one because like I said, with my other kids, 5 other pregnancies, I didn't have any of these symptoms like this. I love you. I love you. Mwah. Good boy. So the strong sense of smell and everything like makes me feel gross. I had to get together with some friends and one of my friend's husbands was smoking a cigar. He comes by and my friend is pregnant too. And he was like, sorry pregnant ladies for the smell. And normally I'm like, oh, it doesn't bother me. But like, it was so bad. I had to walk away. I've never had like that much of a smell like, well, like where things like set me off. Usually, you know, I'm a pretty mild person. So yeah, that strong sense of smell. And I know a lot of pregnant women have that. A lot of pregnant women have all these symptoms, but these were just like specific to me, unusual. And so it was just weird. Another symptom that I had to show me that I might be pregnant with twins was extreme tired. Like it's like all these symptoms are on a whole new level. And so I was like extremely tired, just knocked down. At the end of every day, I was nauseous, I was tired, I was exhausted. And it was just like, I'm so tired. Like I'm still so tired. And luckily my husband's been around a little bit more so I can get some more naps, which is just like a godsend because naps make a world of difference. Oh, the baby's awake, hold on. Say hi. You say hi? Say hi. Hi. You see? You sleepy still? She just woke up from a nap. So extra tired, so tired all the time. And it didn't ever like go away. And usually I'm a little bit tired, I'm always tired. I remember waking up for high school and crying because I was so tired. I'm just a generally tired person. So I have one more symptom that really pointed to twins for me. Oh, what happened? Did you hurt yourself? Okay. Look, you wanna see this? One more symptom, and it's not even a symptom, it's maternal instinct. Guys, I'm not even kidding you. I had read before like so many twin moms being like, I just knew it was twins. I'm like, there's no way you just knew it was twins. And so with just about every pregnancy, I might be the only mom, but it's always in the back of your head, like, this could be twins. Like, you never know until you really have an ultrasound. But I always wonder, like, what if it's twins? But this time, I was feeling like, okay, it might be twins, it might be twins, it might be twins. I've always wanted twins. Like, I've always thought twin moms were incredibly special. And anytime I've asked God for twins, like, I end up having a hard time with my kids that day. And I'm like, okay, guys, see why I don't have twins. And now he's giving me twins. Yeah. But so it was just like a huge feeling. And I had this feeling that it was twins. And I saw these super cool cribs on Instagram that were small and then they extended to a full-size bed eventually. But they look like compact so you can fit 2 in your bedroom or, you know, in a baby room. And so something in me was like, tell Micah's my husband, tell Micah that you know where you're gonna put the crib when the babies are born. And I was like, no, that's such a silly thought. Like, tell Micah where I'm gonna put the cribs when the twins are born. And I've never thought that far of it being twins ever. And so I was like, I don't wanna say that. And it just kept like nagging me. And something in me was like, say it. So finally, I go up to him and I was like, so like embarrassed. And I'm like, I said, I know where the cribs are gonna go when the twins are born. And he's like, twins, huh? And I'm like, I don't know, like something in me just like, I felt like I needed to say it just in case so I could say like I knew. And so it was funny because when we went to the ultrasound, took forever. It was my first appointment, and I'm very blessed that I have this midwife because I used a different midwife, which I loved dearly for Owen, but you didn't get an ultrasound at all until 20 weeks. So like, I can't imagine not knowing I have twins until 20 weeks. I mean, it'd be weird. But so anyways, the midwife's doing the ultrasound, and she puts the wand on, and you see both babies like instantly, and I was like, I knew it. I knew it. And so that was just like mother's intuition. Like, what in the world? How could I have even like known at all? And of course, like I said, like I've thought maybe like it's possible to have twins before, but there was never anything in me being like, it's twins, it's twins, it's twins. So it is. So I am over the moon excited for babies number 6 and number 7. Now I have a question for y'all. Sex of the baby, guys. Comment below, would you find out the sex of the babies or not? Like, so many people are like, no, you're crazy. Like, absolutely find out. We have had it be a surprise for all of our babies except for one. And the birth and labor and everything with that baby was still so special, but finding out the sex of the baby, it wasn't as fun. Like, when Owen was born, he was our first son, number 4. And so when he was born, my husband was like, it's a boy! And it was the most exciting thing. And so I really think I want to wait to find out the sex of the babies. What would you do? Would you find out? If you have twins, did you find out? And I know everyone's like, I have to know so I can prepare. And it absolutely destroys everyone I know. Like, they're like, please find out, we gotta know. So comment below, should we find out or not? I'm leaning towards not. I think my husband wants to find out, and of course, if he really, really does, then we will, just because I try to do, you know, I try not to give my husband too much grief. Let me know in the comments below. And also, if you've had twins, let me know if you had any odd symptoms yourself, anything that like pointed to twins for you, or if you felt like super normal. I've had a lot of moms say that their singleton pregnancies were easier than their twin pregnancies. Yeah, which is just crazy to me. I can't even imagine. So, you're a mess. Because you're sweaty. Oh, say hi. Hi. Were you playing in the mud? Mm-hmm. We got tons of rain last night, so she's just a mess. Yeah, okay. All right, so I hope you like this video. I can't wait to see y'all again soon, and I hope you have a blessed rest of your week. Bye, guys. Say bye. Bye. You guys all can say bye?
Bye.